Hi again. Glad to have you here for this video. I hope you're doing well. If you think about it, we all belong to organizations, our family, our work, perhaps a religion or a sports or hobby group, and our local and state government and our country. In some ways, our organizations in the public, private, and nonprofit sectors are changing. They're moving away to a certain extent from hierarchy and horizontal division of labor because of the complexities of the issues we face in our modern world. Teams are being established to solve problems and help organizations progress in the future. Hopefully, there's a sense of teamwork in these organizations. That's what we're going to talk about today, the teams and collaboration that makes organizations successful. Our goals for this edition of Organizational Behavior Hack include defining teams and the type of teams that exist, providing some examples of teams, discussing the benefits of teams, and understanding how leaders and managers can successfully establish and run teams. In their important book, Managing Human Behavior in Public and Nonprofit Organizations, Denhart and his colleagues assert that a team is a group of people with a high degree of interdependence that have a goal of achieving a task together. That's the difference between a team and a group. A team has identified and accepted a goal and they agree to work jointly to accomplish it. In addition, a team may have autonomy and be able to manage itself, its actions, and its performance. This could include a committee that is set up to review operations or employee benefits. There are many different types of teams. Some include top management teams, the leadership of an organization like a president's council, board of trustees, or academic affairs group. There can be a project management team that has a mission to resolve a problem or make recommendations. For instance, teams were created in NASA to bring President Kennedy's vision of a man on the moon to fruition. During COVID-19, many organizations established teams to help identify how the business or government agency could react successfully to the global pandemic. Other teams are created to help factories run more efficiently. These teams often meet in person, but increasingly they can be virtual. In fact, software like Zoom, Skype, GoToMeeting, and Google Meet allow this to happen. It's no accident that Teams was given that specific name. Let me provide a few examples from the private and public sectors. Steve Jobs, the famous co-founder, chairman, and CEO of Apple, said that organizations often assume that having a great idea is 90% of the work. He states, however, that it is really the establishment of teams based on people from programming, engineering, manufacturing, marketing, and others that resulted in major accomplishments with the Mac personal computer, iPod, and the iPhone. He says these teams are similar to rocks rubbing each other and becoming more polished over time. The friction may produce beautiful results. A SWAT team is one example of a team. There are obviously members who are skilled in using weapons, but team members may include others who have expertise in hostage negotiation, explosives, and emergency medical care, among other things. Another example comes from the United States Agency for International Development. According to Edmondson and Harvey, this government agency teamed up with specialists in agriculture, finance, economics, marketing, project management, and logistics to help mango farmers in Haiti. I have participated in several team efforts. Let me share a few of those from the FEMA Higher Education Program. I was a member of a focus group that had the purpose of identifying the mission, vision, and principles of emergency management. This team included scholars, as well as practitioners from all levels of government, in addition to the private and nonprofit sectors. I was also a member of a synergy working group that identified ways to help professors, researchers, and practitioners support one another's efforts. We created a document that provided examples of how to increase support for both academia and the profession of emergency management. The establishment and use of teams provides many benefits to and for organizations. Teams can integrate diverse participants, improve motivation, harness individual and multidisciplinary strengths, increase information flow, and help to accomplish goals more quickly than traditional organizational structures. Teams do not typically form by themselves. Leaders and managers can do a lot to help them get established and be successful. Denhart and his co-authors identified several suggestions to keep in mind when selecting team members. Team members have the following characteristics. They should have the right knowledge, experience, and expertise. In addition, team members should be punctual, prepared, organized, and hard workers. They should possess emotional intelligence, knowing how to control their own emotions and deal effectively with the emotions of others. They should be willing to work with others and compromise on solutions that serve the general purpose of the organization rather than the individual interests of team members or the units they serve. Once a team has been selected, those in charge of the organization should specify what changes are desired. Leaders and managers can give the team a charge, a purpose of what they want them to accomplish, and what is not under their purview. Those in charge can seek commitment from team members to work on the goal that has been given to them. The team will need a place to meet and ensure that the leaders of team members allow them to participate. Encouragement helps, and it's imperative that the team is allowed to operate semi-autonomously, seek and share feedback, and have others act on their recommendations. To conclude, let me reiterate that teams and teamwork are important for organizations. There are many different types of teams, but all teams have a mission to accomplish. Leaders and managers should ensure that the teams they create have the right members. Those in charge of organizations should manage teams effectively, and this means letting them run with some degree of autonomy and responsibility and then acting on their recommendations. I hope this information is helpful. Thanks for joining me. Best regards and best wishes.